It's May 3rd, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today. In this show, we'll be talking about the fact that tulip season is over. Bitcoin is forever. We'll be talking about how the Arizona governor lays an absolute egg, man. Also, we'll talk about strike and strife. Also, the global liquidity. It's just going higher and higher. And guess what that means? I have 5 epic Michael Saylor video clips. To those who watched my show earlier in the morning, I do apologize for the late starts. Had to take my 17-month-old son to an early beach day this morning, so I'm just getting back from that. But I would not record a video, so here it is. And it's not financial advice. So thank you for understanding that. And thank you for commenting below. Let me know if you think Bo was worth me skipping out a little early today for a beach day. Let me know if you're commenting for support. Let me know if you think Bitcoin and MSTR are on the rise. And let's dive on in. Okay, let's kick things off today with Michael Saylor saying Bitcoin makes you interesting. And there's always a quote I've loved in business that being boring will put you out of business. And Bitcoin will never be boring. MSTR strategy, Michael Saylor, will never be boring because Bitcoin makes you interesting. And look at the open interest, 88.7%. There's not even a second best. There's not even a close second. It's incredible. It's like a 3x to Tesla. It's basically a 9x to Meta. I mean, it's absolutely insane how strategy is blowing everybody out of the water, and they're never going to stop. But guess what? Tulip season does end, Michael Saylor wants us to know. But Bitcoin is forever. And that's just not a phrase because Bitcoin is forever. It is the apex predator devouring everybody in his way. Supply Shock says normies will finally arrive to MSTR in August when the company will likely be reporting a multi-billion-dollar profit. I can't wait for that. So cross your fingers. June 30th is over 97,000, and this will be happening. The 5th anniversary of MSTR's Bitcoin strategy, 5 years of us front-running the world. Imagine the stock pump running into August and afterwards. Huge smashing of the ATM. Huge Bitcoin yield. You better believe that. Brian says, I would not want to be the governor of Arizona having to explain my veto of the state SBR when Bitcoin is up 10x by 2030. And this is just the sad reality that Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has vetoed the state's strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation after it was passed by both the House and the Senate. She called it untested investments. Katie, so sad. Oh, so sad. Jeff says, ignoring Markowitz's modern portfolio theory is a losing proposition. State governors should be required to have a base financial education. You're right. This will be an embarrassing public record document in short order. I mean, we're going to be posting this for years to come. So, Katie, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Because, yeah, guess what? Saylor's probably wrong. Up 2,887%, Bitcoin 692, the S&P 500 65. All you gold bugs out there, hey, good stuff. Good job. Let's talk about Brian saying this is how MSTR unlocks its next 10x and beyond. And this was on a post from Jeff, who shared getting strike and strife rated is the final boss before unlocking a $1 trillion market in MSTR going to the top of the publicly traded leaderboard. Listen, I'm starting to deploy my cash that I want to have as cash into Strife, just getting 10%, just feed it to me, feeding to me. And then I love taking that 10%. And what do? I dump it into MSTR. It's been a good process so far with the cash that I want to have currently on the sidelines. Chris says, the most important chart you'll see today, the latest global liquidity cycle, according to the CBC. Liquidity is rising again. Asset prices are going higher. And look at this. The global liquidity was on a spike, took a little bit of a dip, and now, whoom, off to the races. And we know what follows. Oh, yes, we do. I have a couple great Michael Saylor video clips, so let's tune on in.
Bitcoin is capital. Bitcoin is not currency. Gold has been used as capital. It's not currency anymore. The very simple thing that the U.S. ought to do is they ought to sell the gold and buy Bitcoin with it and buy 20% of the Bitcoin network. It's very simple. Just swap the gold for Bitcoin. If anybody actually swaps out their treasury bills for Bitcoin, then the U.S. is going to own it all. It's kind of like just getting Alaska or the Louisiana Purchase for free. They could pretty much have 20% of the network for free overnight, just with a swap. They could even print the money. Yeah, I mean, they could buy it for next to nothing. The only alternative to the treasury bill for anybody is Bitcoin. And so just do that, and Bitcoin becomes the world reserve capital network, and the US will own both sides of the equation. Room for one nation state to buy up 20% of the network. And obviously, I think it should be the United States. I think it will be the United States. It's a way for us to enrich ourselves and emerge as a creditor nation in a matter of a decade. It's also a way for us to ensure that we're the economic leaders in cyberspace and the digital economy for the next 100 years. And if we do that, every one of our allies will follow us. And then all of our enemies will end up having to buy into the network once it passes 10 or 20 million a coin, and they will enrich us.
All right, we have a couple sponsors, then some more Michael Saylor video clips you don't want to miss. Online shopping has never been easier, but this ease is new enough that we remember a time when entering all our credit card info every time we purchased something online was the norm. Luckily, we don't have to do that anymore thanks to Shopify. That's right, that purple Shop Pay button that makes it seamless to purchase online is powered by Shopify. And Shopify doesn't just make it easy to buy, it makes it incredibly easy to start a business no matter your experience. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and they make it super easy to get up and running with beautiful, ready-to-go templates and built-in marketing and email tools. Worried about tracking inventory, payments, and analytics? No stress. Shopify helps you manage it all from a single dashboard. And back to that iconic purple Shop Pay button, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/MSTR. Go to shopify.com/MSTR, shopify.com/MSTR. So check it out. I know we're all looking to stack more Bitcoin and MSTR, and to do that, we need more fiat. So let's chat about our sponsor, ShipStation. We all know the market can seem pretty chaotic at times, but if you're in charge of order fulfillment for your business, you already understand chaos. While we might not be able to help calm the chaos in the market, ShipStation is here to help when it comes to shipping and fulfillment. I've used ShipStation to easily automate shipping to customers around the globe. My favorite part about the platform, managing orders in one simple dashboard makes an otherwise massive task feel pretty darn simple. Plus, ShipStation not only integrates with the services and selling channels you already use, it's also the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers. ShipStation hooks you up with discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/MSTR to sign up for your free trial, or click the pinned comment below this video. That's shipstation.com/MSTR. And thank you for supporting our sponsors that allow myself and my team to continue to produce these daily videos for you for free. Now back to the show.
Is there a ceiling that MicroStrategy has in mind in terms of how much Bitcoin it can hold? Or, is it kind of unlimited and really depends on what is happening in the market?
No, we'll just keep buying. Right? The price is going to go up. It's going to get exponentially harder, and the price is going to go up exponentially higher, and we'll just keep buying. And at some point, if we get to 5% of the supply, Bitcoin's probably going to be $1 million a coin. And if we get to 7.5% of the supply, Bitcoin will be 10 million a coin. And then we'll be, if I'm lucky enough to grind to 10% of the supply, Bitcoin's going to be 50 million a coin, and someone will be whining that whatever, we have too much Bitcoin, but other people will have $400 trillion of wealth. So, our view is it's a ratchet, and we're just going to keep cranking on the ratchet, and there's massive leverage here. And I think everybody's winning if we do that. And the first nation to print money, the first nation to print their own currency to buy Bitcoin wins. Right? Like, Tom, look what MicroStrategy did. We basically issue our own currency, our stock, and we buy Bitcoin. What happened? We went from $1 billion to $100 billion market cap is what happened. Is it inflation? It's only inflation if you print the currency to invest to make a bad investment, right? If you print the currency to buy something that's appreciating faster than your inflation rate, it's actually accretion. Volatility was a gift to the faithful. It scares away the tourist. It scares away the lazy. It scares away the people that are already conventionally rich, that have all the money. If you're a 20-something or a 30-something and you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to spend 100 hours or 200 hours, if you have more time than money, then the volatility of Bitcoin is a gift to you. If you have more money than time, and you're arrogant and egotistical and you just pick the obvious, then if the volatility goes away, you buy Bitcoin. If people in the rest of the world knew what I know and they understood and they agreed with me, Bitcoin would go to $10 million tomorrow. And if Bitcoin went to $10 million tomorrow, I want you to think about how you would feel and how your viewers would feel, because you would lose 20 years of stacking opportunity during which you get to buy at less than $10 million. So the difference between $10 million and 100,000, that's what you give up if the volatility goes away and people start to agree with you.
And there you have it, another episode of MSTR Today. And here's my receipt from yesterday. I bought a 0.533 share of MSTR at $396. Again, not the high, not the low, just somewhere in the middle there. And I'm definitely happy with that. Tomorrow is going to be Sunday. I'll be revealing my entire DCA portfolio. A couple people have been asking for another shot of Bo, so there it is. And that's Bo, B-O, as in Bo knows that MSTR is inevitable. Bo knows, believe me. He can't say inevitable, but he can say bull. And it's pretty funny when he says it, because it sounds like Bo. So he thinks he's actually saying his own name, but he's saying bull with a Bitcoin B, daddy. And just like Bo, just like myself, we do believe that MSTR, that strategy, that Bitcoin is inevitable. And Michael Saylor agrees and also believes there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.